brothers my guys. Know that we fly, know that they ride or die. Why they wanna move like that? Where you want go?
What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here. As you could tell by the start of the video, we're going to be talking about the Buckmaster survival knife. This thing is freaking badass. So I got to start first by talking about how I acquired this knife. So I did a couple shorts talking about it. I haven't had a chance to make this video yet. I went on vacation, so I've been busy for the last couple of weeks here. So took the family, went out to Washington. So nice time, but it put me back a little bit on my videos and a little bit on my shorts, so I'm trying to catch up here. So I can finally make this video for you guys, and excited to do so. Yeah, so how I got this. I was just like usual surfing the eBay, where I get most of my older, hard to get knives, and some guy had it out of Tokyo, Japan, and he listed it wrong. I think that's why he didn't get a lot of hits on it. He had it for bid, but he had it as BK survival knife. So I thought maybe it's a knockoff, but the pictures he had looked pretty good, you know. And I know eBay vets out a lot of scammers, so I wasn't sure though. I'm like, I don't know, this guy it looks legit. I hope he's not using real pictures. He's not using, you know, the bait and switch, you know, that has pictures of a real knife and then sends you a freaking little cheap Chinese pot metal knife. So I was like, I took a gamble and bid on it, and not too many people bid on it, nothing. So I ended up picking this up for 55 bucks shipped. It had free shipping, 55 bucks shipped. And everywhere else, if you know, that has it labeled correctly as the Buckmaster one, it's 184. That's the number in front of it. The numerical part of it is 184. It's either Buckmaster 184 or 184 Buckmaster, one of the two. But you know, the people that have it labeled correctly, they're all selling from anywhere from $350 up to $1,000, depending on the age and the condition of it. So I was like, man, that has to be fake. But I took a gamble, did it, bid on it. Of course, he didn't ship it for a long time. It took him like, oh man, you know, it just said pending for like over a week. So I hit him up, didn't get a response. I was going to try to cancel. And while I was trying to cancel, all of a sudden it said shipped. So I'm like, a little suspicious, a little fishy. And then, so I tried to get my money back from eBay, and they're like, well, I already shipped it out, and he sent tracking, but then tracking said unavailable, or it said shipped, but with no tracking, which I didn't even know you can do that on eBay. But so how could you ship something we're not providing any tracking for it? I know it's coming from overseas, but I buy Tucson knives from overseas in China, and I buy knives from Taiwan, from Work Tough, and I always get a tracking, I always get, you know, some sort of a way to track it, so you know it's coming. So they're like, well, let's wait. So he finally provided tracking. After, you know, because I messaged him a few times, he never got back to me. Finally, he got back to me, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was on vacation over here at the, and I guess in Tokyo, there was a Blossom Festival or something like that. But I'm like, you know, everyone has phones, man. You can't communicate a little bit, you know, you're making a sale, but just everything was kind of fishy. So I was like, you know what, I'll just wait. The thing took over 2 months. I ended up getting with eBay and saying, hey, let's just cancel this thing, man. You know, so they're like, yeah, you got to wait though, because he did provide tracking now, and it does show movement. It shows it's in New York. And after 2 months, I was like, come on, 2 months? Like, I don't know how this guy sent this thing, you know? Even slow stuff. Like, even the knives from coming from China, from Tucson, they you know, they take about a month, you know, a month and a half, but they give you tracking. You can track it all the way and see where it's, and you see movement all the time. But this is just like kind of weird. So finally, you know, I was about to give up on it, and I finally got the package. Pulled it out, and absolutely surprised that it's the real deal. I had 2 different people confirm it for me. People that have a collection of these. One is Brody. He's a cool dude. One of the buddies on here, he has a YouTube channel as well. He has a bunch on there. He said, yeah, that looks legit. That looks real. Has another friend that has one. Tell me the same thing. He's like, no, that's a legit one. That's a real one, man. That's not a Chinese knockoff. Even the Chinese knockoff, oh, it's Taiwan. One minute they have a knockoff in Taiwan. Even those on eBay sell for like $180 to $200 or more, depending on the condition. And that's the knockoff. That's not the real deal. So I was like, to get it for 55 bucks, man, I was absolutely stoked. And I even told him, I was like, even if this is a fake one, I'm super stoked. The quality of this is still worth 55 bucks, even if it's an absolute Chinese knockoff fake. But being a legit one, man, that's awesome. I came up, lucked out. It took me a long time. I thought it was a scam, but all said and done, it's a legit one. So with that being said, let's get out of the talking now. Let's show you what's up with this thing. Look at this bad boy. I'll do a drive-by here. Man, that thing is so freaking awesome. Just absolutely perfect. And the condition this thing is in. Look at the condition this thing is in. Absolutely freaking amazing. And let's see if it'll focus in here. Right there, there we go. Buck 184. And this is an older one. I heard that little, that like a greater than or less than sign. However, which way you're looking at it. Or some people say it's a C. So, but they say that's an older, they're saying that's an older revision. So it's even more valuable because it's an older one. It's not the newer ones. And it does say made in USA, patent pending. So it did come with these little screw-on attachments there's two different things, you know, I guess you can use it for, they're saying. You can use it for either using this as this little part here, you could put a rope through it, tie it off, and you can use it to throw it over a wall and use it to anchor in and then climb, I guess like a ninja, which seems a little more far-fetched. The one that sounds more plausible and to me it makes more sense, sounds more practical, is since this is more of a Navy SEAL diver knife, and there's actually pictures of Navy SEALs using this knife. A couple people I saw had pictures of, so this actually was used by some, maybe not a lot, but some Navy SEALs. The reason why they didn't take this on is because of the weight. It's too heavy. This thing's over a pound. It's like a pound and like, I think it's 1 pound, 20 ounces. I'm gonna put the specs here, and then you'll see a picture here of it. I'm gonna go over them briefly, but if you want to pause it and take a look at all the specs right there and there, go ahead and do that. But they said, yeah, they use this. The more plausible thing, the more practical reason was when you're diving. When you're diving, you hook this on the reef or into something down below so it doesn't, you know, whatever your bag, whatever you want to put around it, and stick it somewhere down below in the water so it doesn't float away and your stuff's secured to it. And use it more for that, for like hooking into stuff down below into the ocean. So to me, that makes more sense, because throwing this over and trying to climb with a knife, why would you throw your knife, doll it up, jack it up, maybe even lose it, the rope snaps, or if you're in combat situation, you'll be throwing your knife and then have someone run up on you, you don't have a knife, right? So to me, it seems like a little more far-fetched, you know, for it to use this to climb over a wall with, but you can probably do it, I guess, you know, if you're if you're Rambo, you're man enough, you probably can do it. These pins do come out. I'm not gonna take them both out because it takes freaking forever. But they're on there tight. I mean, they're in there. They're secure. There's no wiggle in these things. So it does come with these pins here. And put that back in here. So yeah, and they have a really good secure lock, really tight lockup. There's no wiggle at all. That's what makes it know it's real too. Because this is like, they're not loose at all. These things are in there tight as hell when you do screw them in. So I mean, everything screams legit. And look at that thickness too, man. This thing's thick as hell. So like you saw right here, the specs, I'll go real briefly. You got a 6.5 inch blade length. You have a 5.25 inch handle. It's like 12 and 12.75 inch overall length. Over a pound in weight. So this thing is a beast, heavy beast. These ones did come. This one didn't come with a compass, because I know a lot of them have compasses here. But let me take this off here for you. But it did come with the survival kit. So you do have all the stuff in there. You have the matches. Looks like you have the striker for the matches, a fishing line, fishing hooks, just all the typical stuff you'd see in a little survival kit, which is kind of cool. And then it is hollow handle. You can kind of see down there, it's resin filled. So this thing is screwed in, bolted in tight, and then it's resin, filled with resin. So to hold it in there tight, make it water. It's a watertight as well. Just a beast, just a freaking beast. So it did come with a sheath as well. Let me show you that. And this sucker just feels quality. I mean, it feels quality. Like I said before, even if it was a fake, it's 100% worth. This is 100% worth 55 bucks. 100% if it's a fake, but I'm almost positive it's a real. And this sucker came absolutely razor sharp. Let's check this out. Let me show you guys. Oh, man, this thing is a freaking razor blade. Jeez. Is that coming up? Look at that. Let's see if it'll pick it up. Go this way with it before it falls off. All falls off, but I think it's coming in. You can see all those hairs there. Yeah. I don't know if I told you, this is it's called a 425 steel, modified 425. But man, absolutely freaking razor sharp, really sharp actually. I was surprised how sharp this saw back here is actually really sharp too. This here is more for, I guess, probably for notching. It's not really too much of a function. I mean, you could definitely notch with it, but it's not going to salt or anything. Just a beast, just an absolute beast. I actually really do like this knife. So again, these pins come out. Typically, if you're going to use the knife, you take the pins out, right? Because your hand's not going to fit. It's going to be awkward as hell to try to chop or do anything with these damn pins. And so you take these out when you're using the knife. You just use those on when you're going to anchor it in, whether you're climbing a wall or whether you're under the ocean trying to hold something down your bag or whatever. And it did come with a sheath, and the sheath itself is pretty freaking badass. Check out this sheath. Buckmaster sheath. It says right there, Buck, patent pending. Has a little clip here. Put the knife down quick. Has a clip here, so you don't have to take off your belt. You just put this on, put it over your belt, clip it in. Pouch here. This pouch is where those little prongs or whatever you call them, you know, for grappling. You put those in here, or you can put whatever you want in here actually. But that's what those were when I got it. Little button fastener here with a sharpening stone, so you can sharpen it in the field wherever you're at. Give it a sharpen it, button that back up. Nice strap to strap around your leg. Again, it has another fastener here. Nice, sturdy, fat plastic strap. This knife is solid, man. I mean, the knife too, but the sheath is solid as hell. Let's put it in there. Let's see. Oops. Put it in the right way, right? Going this way, so it does have pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit loose without tying it, but it does have this right here. You can put over here, buckle it in. Once you buckle that in, that's in there tight. I mean, that ain't going nowhere. That thing is badass. But I love that knurling that they put on the grip here. For a rounded handle, it does feel really nice and tacky in the hand. It feels really good in hand. I really do like that. I like that feature. Just a beast. Just a freaking beast of a knife. It was tough, man. A nice little skull-breaking pummel smasher there. Like I said, you know it's quality because it's heavy, man. This thing is a tank, and I do love how thick the guard is. Look at that guard. Just beast mode. But again, fortunate to come up again for 55 bucks. For real, it's an absolute steal. For even a fake, it's still a super good deal. So, but like I said, I've already got it confirmed by a few people that this thing is legit. Again, I can't believe I came up on this for that price. Thank God he had it listed wrong for my sake. He had his BK survival knife instead of Buckmaster 184, and I was able to get a smoking deal on it. Smoking deal. I think another reason why a lot of people didn't bid, and they probably thought he was a scam too, was he had like you know, you get those percentages of how good you are a salesman. You know, 100%, 80%. Like, you know how much people complain, leave comments like that, lowers your percentage of you know, what kind of a seller you are. He had a 60%, which is pretty damn low. You know, most people don't buy from someone if they're at 80%, 90%. You're like, I don't want to buy for that guy. Everyone wants to see 100, 98, 99, 100%. That way you know for sure you're going to get what you're ordering. And the guy has an awesome freaking rating. So, but this got a shitty rating, but he came through. He came through with just a beast of a knife, man. Like I said, I absolutely love it. Freaking just another awesome piece to add to my collection. This one here is obviously going to be in the collectible genre. Definitely not going to use it because this thing did come, like I said, brand new. Look at that. No marks on either side. I'm surprised not even marks from the sheath. Almost nothing. Like, this thing's brand spanking new. No marks on the sheath, just mint condition. Guys, super happy with this purchase. It took forever, and it was a pain in the ass to get and to deal with when trying to get with this guy, but all said and done, man, it was worth the hassle. It really was worth the hassle. It's one of those experiences that didn't end up like, oh man, I had to get my money back, and no, this one ended up in my favor for sure. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Please like, subscribe, share, and until next knife, gun, or whatever.